This week's episode of Fish Addictions TV, we might have an absolute gem in store for you. We're out in the Dakota pothole region and we're gonna fish perch. What makes this region so special is the fact that there's lots of places and lots of areas out here that game and fish and by other means have been stocked. So there's just tens of thousands of little potholes out here, and if you come out and do some research and really just pay attention to what's going on, you'll find some pretty big gems and diamonds in the rough. And we came out scouting, Taylor and I did a few weeks ago, and found this diamond in the rough. So hopefully we can show you guys what the Dakota pothole region can do for you if you get out and put the time and effort in.
Addiction, the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. An addiction is not desirable. It is something that overtakes your life. What happens when an addiction cannot be stopped? An addiction is stronger than any one drug with only one cure. The cure is not rehab. It is not medication. It is not a counselor. The only cure for us is the water beneath our feet, the rod in our hands, the anticipation of that next big bite, and the camaraderie we all share. This is Fish Addictions TV.
Fish Addictions TV is brought to you by Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear and the rest of our fine sponsors.
When you get old, you don't try the sideways leg kick to clean the ice off your auger. So you fall down. That's how you get hurt. If you didn't hurt yourself already trying to do that stupid kick.
And actually what worked really good too is just like setting your rod, like not even moving this stuff too, so your rod kind of had an angle to it, unless you got rod holders.
That's the arsenal today, boys. Dead stick and tickle stick.
Yeah, I just put a minnow on that one. I had a spoon with waxies on it too, but I was jigging it with honestly, I was catching them when they were sitting still. But I'm gonna put a donkey sauce on here and see what we can do. So one of the techniques that we're using here is just the plastic. And to believe it or not, we're dead sticking these. And the reason I think it's effective is for a couple of reasons. Because plastics these days have gotten so sensitive, and every little bit of movement, you're getting those little tentacles moving or something moving down in the water. So it actually makes it feel lifelike. You don't always have to sit there and rip these plastics. And honestly, that's what we found when we were here the last time worked the best, was just dead sticking these things. Every once in a while walking up and just tapping the end of your rod. If they were close by, it seemed to trigger them. So that's what we're going to do today.
Huh. It was like your rod almost popped.
Yeah, this one was earlier. And it was just those little bastards.
Okay, that one's getting mini popped. Oh yeah. Oh baby. There's one. That is the way to start the morning. Oh, and she popped out too. Oh, you know, I'd say probably maybe a 12 and a half, something like that. There are some bigger ones in here, but that is a gorgeous fish. You know, I was talking a little bit about how orange that fish is. And you can see in the pectorals too, there's some orange in there, just on the one side. It's a really nice perch. It's a great way to start the day. We're gonna put these fish back. These are a little bit too big, I guess in my opinion, to fillet. And we're gonna get these fish back in the water.
Before the spot, before the hole, before the bait. It starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings, the best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands. When you get the strike, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
At Eskimo, we have the tools to help you enjoy your time on the ice. If you're looking for a lighter, faster, smoother auger, check out the Pistol Bit. Weighing only 4 pounds and optimized for efficiency, the Pistol will maximize the life of your cordless drill battery, cut quickly, and easily re-drill old holes. Thanks to its stable centering point. Check out the Pistol and our full line of products at geteskimo.com.
Manitoba, Canada's heart beats.
What I'm doing, since you're allowed to utilize 4 rods in North Dakota, trying to cover a little ground here. I'm not gonna jig these smaller fish that we are constantly marking on the bottom. I'm gonna get 4 rods set out, 2 here probably on the automatic fisherman's, and then I'll probably dead stick with one and maybe jig with the other one just to keep myself complacent and busy. It's hard to just sit there and not do much. The guy is pretty used to jigging perch, but it's kind of the name of the game, is you just got to let it sit and let it soak and let it do its thing and wait for those bigger perch to come along. Nothing better. Woo, take a little drag. Again, we're just sitting here, kind of just waiting for these little packs to come through. Water's starting to pump. Oh boy. These just don't look like normal perch. Wow. Look at that. They're just so thick. Again, just dead sticking. I've got a little tungsten on, just a little tiny crappie minnow. I'm just letting them kind of hook themselves. Nothing real technique specific, but hopefully we can get another one to go here. They've really been traveling in packs, so get this one back.
That is why we come and do all this work. Yes. Special thing is that is a mediocre fish in here, but a giant. He's going back. I love North Dakota.
So living in North Dakota, perch are one of those things, like everybody catches nice walleyes a lot of times, but to catch true trophy perch is something that a lot of people seek out in the winter time, and having the opportunity to join the guys out here and look for these and hunt them down, quite the special trip to be invited on something like this. North Dakota perch are a different breed. There's, you know, your average perch that's, you know, 8 to 10, 11, maybe 12 inches. That's an average perch. But in North Dakota, there's some freaks. There's freshwater shrimp. There's different lakes that just produce big trophy perch that go 13, 14, 15, even the elusive 16 inch. And that's what we're after today. That's the goal.
Nice and easy. Oh boy. Another good one. A little bit smaller, but still a really nice perch. I mean, anywhere you go, it's tough to look at that one and be like, wow, that's not that big, but I mean, that's still a pretty good sized perch. Goes just over 12 and a quarter.
Oh boy. You gotta be kidding me. I'm at a loss for words. This is incredible. And I just happened to notice that I had just a little bit of a different kind of a mark than what we've been seeing, because we've been seeing, I mean, there's millions of them little 4-inch perch down there. And this one was different. So I gave it just a little bit of a jig and she smoked it. Unbelievable. I've never caught a 15, and that's been the number. And this is right on. Stop judging me.
I'm not.
You are. I can see the look on your face. You're judging me. You're trying to talk me into throwing it back because there's 16s in here.
So a lot of people know what dead sticking is, but there's so many different variables to dead sticking. Out here we've got tungstens and waxies, we've got plain hooks and minnows, and really it's about, you know, giving these fish a variety and trying to really key in on what they want today. You can do so many different techniques with dead sticking. It's something that you can play around with. I mean, I've heard of people putting big weight on with a slip and having minnows doing their own thing around. I've heard of, you know, bringing the weight off and letting the fish swim around underneath the weight. With dead sticking, it's a time-tested, true and tried technique that you should never really take out of your arsenal. Like in North Dakota here, we can have 4 rods. So why not utilize what you can? And sometimes it even goes to the point where you take your dead stick away because something else is working. But for me, I always feel comfortable having one down in the water, doing work maybe a little bit away from where you're working. And on a nice day like today, we have that opportunity. So we're able to watch our rods away from us just a little ways and go from there. Hey guys, this week's product showcase of the week is not even going to be a product. I'm going to tell you about a huge sale that Running's having, a clearance with ice fishing products up to 50% off. Now we're not just talking houses, we're not just talking augers, we're talking everything ice fishing. Where do you get it at? At your local running store or at runnings.com. Get in there, look at all these specials. What are you waiting for?
Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store with over 40 locations.
Just missed that one right behind us.
Okay. There's just nothing to say about this.
Nothing like a peacock bass.
Oh, God. You're dead if you don't like this. There are a few places in the world, in the United States for sure, where you can consistently catch big fish like you can in the Dakota pothole region. And it stretches all over North Dakota, South Dakota. These places are full of big perch.
Let's show them right here. One is at the end.
14 and a half. 14 and a half incher. Nobody, there is nobody that doesn't love that. Yeah, buddy.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, we need that tape measure over here. Not a PB yet, but I want to see what the high end looks like, because according to legend, this one still isn't high end scale yet. Wow, what a build on that fish.
There's a fatty. Oh. Look at that. Those perch. It just never gets old.
You know, one thing I want to touch on is we aren't keeping these, but I don't think it's going to hurt a body of water if you come somewhere and keep a trophy. And honestly, we all have that size limit in our head where we want to be. For perch, it kind of seems like the number one is 15 inches. And that's okay. Go ahead and keep one or two, but a resource like this is something that as fishermen, if we take that into account when we're out here fishing, let's not take a pail of them. Let's make it so my kids and your kids and their kids, and it's fun to take a quick measurement and let them go. Yeah, all these things are so beautiful. Again, we're just being stewards of the sport. I'm not telling you that you can't keep a fish. That's not what I'm telling you. We're out here making a concerted effort to come out here and enjoy what we have. 13 and a half, 13. What a beautiful fish. Enjoy what we have and put them back for the next generation. And honestly, sometimes there's nothing more gratifying.
Good fish.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Aggressive baits, bigger baits. End result, bigger fish. I don't know, he came up, he just smashed that bait. Something that thing is a predator fish. You know, you got to treat them like a predator fish. Go with aggressive baits, and that's the end result. Get them back down there. And
yeah, it's kind of what we talked about. We're doing a lot of dead sticking with minnows and stuff like that, but there are fish, just because you're catching and maybe having better luck on real slow, non-aggressive presentation, it doesn't mean don't use aggressive presentation, because you can pick them out of there just like you just did.
Yep. And generally when they hit the bait like this, they're going to be the bigger ones.
He's got two more bigger ones down there. Here he comes. Oh, that's a big one. Bam! Yeah,
back to back, and there's two more down there.
Two more down.
There's a giant. That is a SUMO. Wow. I don't know what you can say for words to describe this, but
that is.
Oh my gosh. Look at that fish. 14 and a quarter-ish. Wow.
Double! Feel good?
Yep. Yeah, just... What is that?
That makes mine look little.
Triple!
Triple.
Oh my lord! Oh my
the stick
lord!
back
Oh
in there.
my lord! Oh my gosh! I love.
Look
mine.
at these fish.
Woo!
Mine fails in comparison to yours, but
That is a absolute giant. No matter where you go, both these fish just giants. Jim's got another one over there. Honestly, all morning they were not hitting jigging sticks. Nothing. They were just not. They would come up. They would check it out. Josh had one hit. We put dead sticks down. We catch a bunch of fish. Josh comes over here. He starts jigging. He's got a bunch of them down here. So I used his live scope pole. He catches them sumo. I catch a sumo.
there was literally
Oh my
what, five fish on there.
Woo!
I pulled 2 out. You got that absolute
Oh
toad.
my gosh, that is unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll help you out. Yeah! Whole cupboard. Never fails once you get the food on.
Exactly.
Oh my. What is this?
At Eskimo, we have the tools to help you enjoy your time on the ice. They say man needs food, clothing, and shelter. When it comes to shelter, we like the Outbreak 450i with its full-size no-trip door that's nearly 74% bigger than a standard door, making it much easier to load and unload. With 75 square feet of fishable area, you'll be warm and comfortable during your day on the ice. Check out the Outbreak 450i and our full line of products at geteskimo.com.
Good job, buddy.
Another one.
It's almost like, what do you do with your hands? These things are so... There's not many times that you see grown men get giddy like this, but there's something about big perch.
Look at that.
Look at that fish.
Just a...
You want to know?
It's like a white bass. Look at this thing. Are you kidding me?
Too loose.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Oh, buddy. Get him, get him, get him.
This is not getting old. Wow.
That is awesome. That's a big one. Boom!
Another dandy. There she is. Oh, little North Dakota gold. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at that. Another just giant. Oh, water's
pumping. Oh my God. Water's pumping. Got him.
Another one.
Thank you, North Dakota. This is something crazy. Comes in twos. Watch this. Turn around. Turn around. Got him. I don't know. It feels pretty good. Oh. What? You know, I know there's a lot of people watching this show that want to know. I'm going to put this guy back real quick. I want to know what to look for. We've talked about that there's lakes all over. Do your research online. Get all the information you can get that's available to you and me and everybody else out there. Part of finding big fish like this is to do your research. And researching is talking to maybe the local bait shops, going online, doing the stocking reports, and getting out and putting feet on the ground and drilling holes. You can't expect to land on a lake of this caliber without putting time in. And this wasn't just a little bit of time finding this lake. We've been searching and fishing different lakes and doing a lot of homework and research. And it's paid off, as you can see. Today we have had a day that none of us here will ever forget. When your average size perch is 14 inches, that's special. That's so special. Yes, we've caught bigger. Yes, we've caught more quantity, but we weren't here to catch 100 perch. We were here to catch a bunch of perch that every single one is quality, and that's what we did today. Now guys, I don't know where we're gonna be next week, but I can guarantee you one thing: we're gonna have a blast doing it. We're gonna be giving high fives, we're gonna be giving hugs, and most of all, we're gonna be teaching everybody that wants to learn something about fishing somewhere where you can go just like we do. We'll see you next week.